back to Wrestling Reviews. As always, I'm your host, Big Mike, and this is episode 56. And in this episode, much like episode 50, I'm going to do a dual review. And in episode 50, I said the dual review, well, I said it was for celebrating that we made it halfway to the century mark. But I think that's how I'm going to do my reviews. No, not my reviews. Yeah, I guess they're reviews. I'm going to do dual reviews because it fills up the time a little bit, and this gives a little more content to the video. So I'm going to do right now. I'm going to do two dual reviews of two VHS tapes that I received from an uncle. He was cleaning out his wrestling collection, and he happened to give me some DVDs and some VHSs and some books. And I recently went over these two VHS tapes, and they both happen to be pay-per-views from 2003. And first of all, we got Summerslam 2003, and then we got Survivor Series 2003. So let's start with SummerSlam first. SummerSlam, not a bad pay-per-view. It's one of the major four, so they should deliver, and I think they did deliver in 2003. I won't be giving you the results. I'll just tell you about the matches, what matches they were, the card, and whether or not the matches get a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So anyways, we open up with a fatal four-way. We have Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Benoit versus Rhino versus Tajiri. Eddie and Benoit, you know, they always have a great match regardless with each other or if they're both involved. So nothing short of good there. Tajiri, a great mix into the fatal four-way. You know, a little bit of a different offense. Definitely played well in here, and Rhino being different also. I'm not a huge Rhino mark. I think he has good matches and bad matches. Sometimes not so, you know, just they're iffy. He doesn't bring a lot to the table in my books, but he did in this match. I did very well in this match. I think Benoit, Eddie, and Tajiri just brought it out of him. I know Rhino and Tajiri had a feud that year anyways. So I led up for a great fatal four-way. Great opener. Moving on, we had the World Tag Team Championship match. Loud Resistance versus the Dudleys. Again, I'm not a fan of the Dudleys. Gimmick-wise either. I never have been able to fall into that bandwagon of theirs. La Resistance, I liked their gimmicks back then. But I'm not a fan of their wrestling. I wasn't. Conway was okay, but it was an okay match. It was what it was. Nothing to write home about. Moving on, we had Shane McMahon versus Eric Bischoff. Always a treat to see Shane O'Mac. Kid lays his body on the line. I don't know why I say kid, but whatever. You know, he lays his body on the line every match he's in. He doesn't have to because he's not a wrestler, but he does. He goes out there and he kills himself each and every time. Good match to watch, just if you're a fan of Shane O'Mac. Definitely not a clinic by any means. It's not like you're watching, you know, HBK and Jericho going at it or anything like that, but it's a good match. Undertaker versus A-Train. It was a match, just put it that way. It's always a treat to see the Undertaker, I guess, but typical big man match, and it could have been better if it wasn't A-Train. RVD versus Kane, a lot better than I thought it would be. On paper, it looks like it could be a clusterfuck. But it wasn't bad. It was a pretty good match. They brought the best out of each other, and pretty decent match there. Going on to the semi-main event, we have the WWE Championship match, Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar. Pretty much a rematch from WrestleMania 19. They had a good feud that year. They feuded for the whole year, basically. We'll get to that in Survivor Series. This is a good matchup. Nothing short of great. You know, you get two pure wrestlers in there tearing it up. You know, you're always in for a treat. Into the Elimination Chamber match for the main event. For the World Heavyweight Championship, you got Triple H versus Randy Orton, Jericho, Goldberg, Shawn Michaels, and Kevin Nash. This is one of my favorite Elimination Chambers. Goldberg, if Goldberg wasn't in it, it wouldn't be so bad, but he played a good part, you know, with breaking one of the cubicles or one of the pods or whatever they call them. That was pretty good. When it came down to the two final combatants, Triple H and Shawn Michaels, that's when it really heated up. It was a good match. Definitely a good match. One of my favorite Elimination Chambers, as I said. Overall, the SummerSlam 2003, I would probably give it a 7 out of 10, maybe a 7.5. Pretty good. Definitely check it out. I know this is on VHS, but if you can find it on DVD or Blu-ray, probably not on Blu-ray, or online, definitely check it out. And moving on to the second half of our dual review is Survivor Series, the second of the big 4 pay-per-views that year. Or this would be, the last one, actually, because Royal Rumble will be first supposed to be. But anyways, another one of the big 4 pay-per-views to end 2003. We got an opening match as a tag team match for the tag team championship. It's the Basham Brothers versus Eddie and Chavo Guerrero. Pretty decent match. They had a good feud that for a while in that year as well. Basham's, I don't think they got used to their full potential. I thought they were a pretty good tag team and could have done better. I think they could have done better without the tutelage of Shaniqua. But pretty decent matchup. Good opener. We got the crowd going for the pay-per-view, that's for sure. Women's Championship matchup was next. Molly Holly versus Lita. This is when women wrestling in WWE was a lot better. A good women's match there, definitely. Two ring generals in there for sure. Molly Holly being the veteran, definitely. We have a classic Survivor Series tag match. We got Team Lesnar versus Team Angle. Team Angle consisted of, obviously, Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, Hardcore Holly, Bradshaw, and John Cena. And we got Lesnar versus Lesnar's team, which is Brock Lesnar, Big Show, Nathan Jones, Matt Morgan, and A-Train. Just a bunch of big guys versus Angle's team. I personally didn't like Lesnar's team because I'm not a fan of any of the big guys except for Big Show and Lesnar. Morgan, Jones, and A-Train, well, you know. It wasn't a bad match overall, but could have been a lot better if Lesnar had better combatants on his side. Another classic Survivor Series match is Team Austin versus Team Bischoff. If Austin wins, he gets to whoop ass anytime he wants, and if Bischoff wins, Austin is no longer co-GM. Because during that year, part of that year, Austin was co-GM, and he's wreaking havoc all over the place. On Stone Cold's team, he had Shawn Michaels, Booker T, RVD, Bubba Ray, and Devon versus Jericho, Christian, Scott Steiner, Mark Henry, Randy Orton. On paper, Bischoff teams to me looks better. Just because, well, Austin's team, you got Shawn Michaels, Booker T, and RVD, which is good. 3 good people. Then Christian, Jericho, and Orton, 3 good people. So, then you got Steiner and Mark Henry. Steiner's a little bit better than Bubba Ray and Mark Henry. Well, so maybe Bischoff's team's better because I just don't like the Dudleys. But all in all, it was a great match. A nice outcome, a nice ending. It wasn't too bad. Storyline wise, anyways. Then we got the final encounter between Shane McMahon and Kane. Shane, I don't know how he even managed the Survivor Series, but he did. Like I said, he always puts his body on the line every time he's out there. Decent match, a lot of high spots from Shane as always. Decent match, a lot better than the next match, which was the Buried Alive match, Undertaker versus Vince McMahon. It was okay too. It was good, definitely, because it's a Buried Alive match and you get to see Undertaker versus the Boss. But I definitely like Shane versus Kane more. And then for the main event, you had Goldberg versus Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now that match could have been way better. I hate Goldberg with a passion. The guy cannot wrestle, and Triple H A lot of you guys are on his nuts. A lot of you guys love him too, but he's not that great either. And he's not the type of guy, I don't think, that can lead a match. If he's in there with the Shawn Michaels, he looks great because Shawn can make him look good. If he's in there with Taker, Taker can make him look good. If he's in there with another guy like, say, Batista's not the best either, but, you know, he can make Triple H look like he knows what he's doing. I don't think Triple H sucks, but when he's trying to lead the match, I don't think it come off all that good, especially with Goldberg. The Survivor Series, I would probably give it a 6.5, maybe a 7. I think SummerSlam was a little bit better that year. I really do. But that's my dual review, folks. Survivor Series 03, SummerSlam 03. Both very good to have in your collection. Even though I don't give them 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, they're still 7s, definitely worth getting. I might give SummerSlam a higher mark. I might give it an 8. Just because I think Survivor Series is a solid 7. So SummerSlam is an 8 out of 10, that's for sure. You know, the Elimination Chamber was great. Brock versus Angle was great. The opener of the Fatal 4-Way again was good. So I think there was more positives on here than there was on Survivor Series. So yeah, check them out, folks. Don't forget to check out the IWWS channel. That's right, THEIWWS. Check out the other channels that are on the channel for all of us that are involved in the group. Subscribe, at least check the videos out. And that's right. Like us. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave comments. Ask questions. Be negative, be positive. You know, all feedback's welcome. Especially for me. Leave any sort of comment. Let me know. You know, I've been told I suck. You know, I'm monotone. I don't have charisma. You know, but I'm not here to be a star. I'm not here to be fucking, you know, I don't know. I'm not here to make a fucking short film. I'm just here to talk wrestling, you know? So, it is what it is. Please, I want to do a question and answers next week. So please, fill up my comments with questions. I will answer just about anything. I prefer everything to be wrestling related. But if you want to talk sports, fine, let's talk sports. Movies, etc. Ask my opinion. Definitely hit me up with some Q&A questions in my comments below or in my inbox. And until next time, I'm Big Mike for Wrestling Rants and Reviews.